UX questions. Your user experience questions answered in 3 minutes or less.
Monty S. from Vancouver, British Columbia asks, what are some good websites about UX? I love that question. Thanks for asking, Monty. This is UX question number 10, and I'm Ben Judy. What are some good websites about UX? Well, I've got a handful of recommendations for you. There are obviously thousands upon thousands of UX blogs, online magazines, resource indexes, toolkits, professional portfolios, you name it. I tend to gravitate towards sites and authors and communities who have been around for a while. Expertise in this field comes through experience, so learn from those who know. A List Apart was one of the first online magazines or blogs I read when I was first learning how to make websites. I've always enjoyed its focus on web standards and best practices. Yes, this is from the same people who publish books as A Book Apart. But alistapart.com is much older. The new articles are as timely as ever. Though after years and years of being around, the topical index of articles is quite deep. Nielsen Norman Group. It's a no-frills website chock full of research-backed articles on a wealth of UX and usability-related topics. Always great stuff. UX Magazine does what it says on the cover. Solid articles from working practitioners. If you're looking for an aggregator, a site that pulls content from a lot of different sources from around the web, I like Sidebar. That's sidebar.io. They'll email you 5 curated articles each day on a wide variety of not just UX topics, but all kinds of design and development related subjects. You can go to sidebar.io and browse the categories of back articles. And finally, I recommend Baymard Institute. This is my niche pick. Baymard Institute conducts in-depth usability research specifically for e-commerce. So if you're designing anything like an e-commerce website or app, you need to check them out. They publish a lot of well-researched studies for free, as well as a lot of content you need to pay for to access, but it's well worth it. Hey, there's a lot of nonsense on the web. Find the experts who have been around a long time, who've dedicated themselves to the practice of user experience and have proven themselves. Don't just subscribe to some rando who has like a handful of articles on his site and 10 YouTube videos and calls himself a design expert.
Hey, it's Ben Judy, and thanks for joining me for another episode of UX Questions. If you want to submit a question, I would love to answer it. Just go to uxquestions.com, type in your question, and submit the form. You can also leave a comment on the latest episode on YouTube. I do read your comments. You can help spread the word about UX Questions by clicking the share, like, and subscribe buttons on any YouTube video, sharing links to the podcast with your friends, and by becoming a patron of UX Questions on Patreon. You can subscribe at the $1 per month, $5 per month, or $10 per month level with different benefits and rewards at each level of support. Just visit patreon.com/uxquestions for all the details. If I've learned one thing about user experience over the course of my career, it's that there's always something new to learn, some new question to be answered. So keep those questions coming in and keep checking UX Questions. Your UX questions answered in 3 minutes or less.